Anita, Recreation Programmer at the Active Living Center. So today we're making apple strudel muffins. I got this recipe from allrecipes.com. So this is what you'll need. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I've measured it over here. A teaspoon of baking powder. Half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of butter, 1 cup of white sugar, 2 eggs, 1 1/4 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 1/2 cups of chopped apples, a 1/3 cup packed brown sugar, a tablespoon of flour, and an 1/8 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and another tablespoon of butter. So I'm gonna start with the most difficult part of the recipe, and that's peeling and chopping up the apples. So here I've got a beautiful gala apple. So I'm going to start peeling it. Unfortunately, I don't have a corer to take out the core of the apple, so I'll just have to chop it up with a knife. So you can chop this as finely as you like. Okay, so I'll need a bit more apple than this, but I just thought you would want to see how I do one. So here I've chopped and peeled my apples. So this is about 1 1/2 cups of chopped apples. Now I'm gonna mix the dry ingredients. So first I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add half a teaspoon of baking soda. Yeah, that's this one. Measure it here. There's a 1/4. Okay. There's half. All right, then I will add half a teaspoon of salt. Here's salt. Okay, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. All right, so I'll mix that all together. And then I'll do my wet ingredients. So we've got butter, sugar, and the eggs. So half a cup of butter. Here I've got half a cup. I wash my hands, I promise. And my eggs, 2 eggs. And then 1 cup of white sugar. So measure that out. Put that here. And it says I should beat it. So I've got a nice mixer that I've borrowed from Bethany. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I'll mix my butter, sugar, egg mixture with the flour. Oh, wait, first I put the apples in. Oh, and the recipe calls for 1 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. I better do that now before I forget. Ooh, there we go. 1/4, and this is my teaspoon. That might be a little more than what the recipe said. All right, so I'll add the flour to the apple. Just mix it slowly. Looks like I have a lot of apple in here. That's good. I like it with a lot of apple. And there's the rest of the flour. Here, this looks just about mixed. Oh, wait, still some flour there. All right, so this is my muffin batter. So now I can spoon it into my muffin tin. Here you can see I've put in the muffin liners. Also, I've already preheated the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so I'm gonna fill all my muffins like so. Welcome back, everyone. So as you can see, I've made my muffins. This recipe calls for a bit of a topping. So in order to make the topping, I have a tablespoon of butter, which I've measured, a tablespoon of flour. Now I'm going to measure out quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, okay, and then also third cup of brown sugar. Okay, that looks good. So I'm gonna mix that together. I hope you're enjoying my cooking videos. This is probably the most cooking and baking I've ever done in my life. So I will sprinkle it onto my muffins. Oh, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think these muffins are ready to go in the oven. Okay, so these muffins bake for 20 minutes. Set the timer. See you in 20 minutes. Hi everyone, it's Anita at the Active Living Center, and my apple strudel muffins are ready. So I'm going to take them out of the oven. Oh, and they look perfect. So I actually increased the cooking time by like another 5 to 10 minutes. So it was closer to 30 minutes instead of 20 minutes for baking time. But this might vary depending on your oven. So thank you for joining me on another baking adventure, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.